And right now they're even like just taking stacks in the mid lane and leaving their disruptor to get some experience, so they're being fairly efficient about it. But this is a hard game to be a support because all the lanes like suck to go to. Weaver's gonna kill you, Batrider's gonna kill you. Orphan can even kill you.
Yeah. Oh, it's true. The other little nice thing here that's pretty good for Horde, at least, is you also do have Underlord that's
true.
great at being able to deal with the other little nice thing here,
the
that's
root that comes out.
I think that's something that, like you said, you're going to need to invest in another thing beyond that, like an Atos, just to finish it off afterwards. But if you can get a nice disable there on the start of it, then you can have an easy follow-up, and obviously with the change, you can't ball lightning away.
Yeah, it's nice when you've got the initial setup for sure, but using it as an initiation tool I don't think is going to be very easy.
Some damage up top. Aloha Dance is really playing on the pressure here, and we'll see if he can make something happen. Honestly, if he's not careful, he could go down. But bottom lane, they're wrapping around. They want to try and find a kill here onto Batrider, and already in some trouble. Battery is sold out as well. This should be a kill, possibly. Well, able to walk away. Actually going to be able to get out of there. Like, hookshot is available, going to miss. Oh man, and the Batrider is playing that well. Storm Spirit in the mid lane, meanwhile, is dropping low, and Excalibur is on top of him. Right-click dodge by the zip away. Looks like Yoku is also going to avoid the gank. Meanwhile, top? Oh, I thought that they were going to try and go on the Weaver.
He's been trying, but it's hard with time lapse and the stick.
Yeah.
He's definitely getting much better at this lane though. He's bullying the Weaver really nicely. And this is like just him using Brute's advantage because the Weaver has to expend mana like every time. And he's got decent regen if he uses his clarity. So. Timber can trade hits quite nicely.
It's so spooky. Very low on mana right now is the thing for Weaver, so won't actually end up going down, it looks like, but pops a salve and clarity as well, and he should be good to go. Aloha Dance breaks them both though, so that's a little bit frustrating.
A little bit. They need like one more hero to punish them.
Trying to go. They do have another Q coming out from the Lich in a second, but they aren't going to be able to find it. Now with Bignum in the area as well, they're going to go on to Ake, trying to bring him low. Do as well have another Timber Chain. All the spirits in his face, and Bignum finds the kill. Nicely played.
Yeah, the power wisp. You chase too long on a lane and suddenly that hero is getting healed up, and then you've already expended your spells. And then there's like also a bottom lane, so that's in trouble.
Batrider taking some damage. Oh, good flame break away, but is not going to be able to make the escape. The hook shot finishes him off there.
You know, I really liked Horde's draft, but they just don't have a hero that can do anything right now. Like, they're relying on Batrider entirely. Because Pablo's just sitting jungling, he doesn't really have the... he's not a hero that can move around the map quickly and make plays. You know, which is why I was kind of pushing for support Weaver in my head, because it's at least some hero that can rotate and do something, but right now they're really suffering from just getting outnumbered in every engagement. So I think it's only going to get worse when IO gets 6, which is probably at 10 minutes with how this game's going.
Yeah.
And then you've just got these two really annoying cores in Timber and Storm that are hard to catch with your pretty much just one initiator. So they only have to see one hero off the map and know to play safe. And then they've also got like 2 counters to that hero. You can relocate out the lasso and you can glimpse him / like Static Storm the follower. And your life is good.
Well,
like, it's looking really easy for them to play right now, which is a really scary thing for Horde.
alright, so I've been attempting to fix this audio delay that's been going on for the past 2 minutes, so I'm going to go for a quick stop stream and then restart stream. We should be back in 1 second. Here we go.
like feel, because they have the initiation tools right now. So if they want to take fights or pick people apart, they can do that. And I think it favors them to just continue having Timber pressuring top, having Storm do something in the mid lane and then rotate into the jungle, and then if they see a chance, use Clockwork for a gank. Maybe disrupt the 1/6 first, but that's kind of what they're looking for. Just continue what's happening right now, and then if they see a good chance.
Oh, and talk about a good chance. They catch on to Ake. Nicely played. Pitamalis is down, and they will find that kill. Maybe they can get a little bit more, honestly. Although Excalibur is showing up, and the glimpse back is going to keep him away. Storm Spirit jumps forward. Yoku wanting to get aggressive, and they do find that kill. So another one going as you thought about the Batrider as well.
Yeah, that's just Horde having like no catch. You know? They're chasing in by a shrine, and then Storm just TPs in, uses all of his mana, doesn't worry about it because there's nothing that the other team can do. And this clock also has a Midas, so it's not going to be the clockwork that you see a lot of the time where he's just like no farm.
I mean, at the same time, we have Excalibur going down in the mid lane as well, and I mean, it's tough. I don't know exactly how you deal with this at this point.
They really can't.
Dire's top tower.
I think they really shot themselves in the foot by having this Weaver as a carry hero, because they just don't have the heroes moving around. Like if Weaver leaves top, the tower dies. No other hero can really stand here except maybe Batrider. But Batrider's like their other playmaking hero. So if they want to use those two heroes in conjunction, it has to be off, and that's like the hardest to kill. And the second that relocate online, it isn't
they're going to be onto Aloha Dance. There's a big wraparound here. We'll see if they can actually make something happen, trying to keep him alive. The IO is there. The Static Storm is really big as well. Connects onto 3 of them, and it's going to bring them all down. They take down the Timber Saw, but at a huge cost. Holy crap, friends.
Yeah, and that's why that's not the lane you want to rotate to, because it took them like 10 seconds from the start of that for them to even net the kill. And then friends just TP in, they use their spells, because you're going to be grouped up when you're trying to kill a Timber, and you say immediately regret my decision.
My goodness.
And now Morphling has to like rat, and it's a horrible game to rat. Like every 70 seconds there's a way for them to kill you.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This is not what you want to have happen, as the glimpse back is going to pull in again the Weaver, but I can't actually get them. So it looks like, I mean, it's going to be the tier 1 tower taken down. And God, Horde trying to figure out how to get, I mean, what's the fallback option? Is it just get Morphling huge at this point?
I think they have to 5-man.
Okay. I mean, can they 5-man at this point?
I like 5-manning slightly more than I like splitting up. Not to the extent where like they're literally 5 heroes farming the same camp, but they all need to be like fairly close knit, so same side of the map. Or they need like, what they're doing right now is their core is like moving between the safest bits on the map, like the 2 camps near the mid lane tower and then by his tier 2 safe lane, and then like Aki's farming the mid lane, which is like quote-unquote dangerous at the moment. That's a way to be efficient, but they need to get more out of this, and right now they're trying to smoke with their blink, so they can maybe net a big kill with this and bring the game slightly closer. That's a good thing for them. Chances are though, like, again, they're going into the lane where Tim finds the hero, which doesn't look like they are because friends know something's up right now. He's moving away.
Ooh.
If this doesn't do anything, I feel really like unsure on how they bring their game back.
A golden thread.
All right, well, we'll see if this does indeed fix some of the issues they've been looking for. But I mean, they're going to get a tier 1 tower at the very least. It just does feel like the team fight that you've got coming out from friends, and mix that together with their strong laning stage. I mean, it's almost it's 7,500 net worth and right around 3,000 experience. I mean, they're going to get the tier 1 mid in exchange for this, but there's no great way to stop it. Weaver backs out. Well, going in, forward. Not going to get him.
Dire's middle tower is under
Bit of
attack.
miscommunication, but I think this still favors Friends because this tower is worth way more, and Friends are not good at pushing. So every tower they get is like icing on the cake, and they're already having a really good game. Whereas if you look at Horde's lineup, they have two good tower pushers in Weaver and Morphling, both heroes that can rat quite well as well, so if you give them the space, they are going to put towers down. Friends don't have that.
Yeah.
And they already have the two most important towers in the first 10 minutes. 15 minutes, sorry. Tier 1 safe lane, Tier 1 mid lane. And they have like this line of vision through the Dire Woods. So the only safe side of the map is like down here.
Yeah.
And Friends are quite happy to like take that space. You know, they're farming 3/4 of the map.
I mean, they really are just sort of taking advantage of everything. And you look at the vision as well. I mean, just look at the wards that you've been able to get. You have like 1 or 2 of them in that safe space that you're talking about, but then the whole rest of the map, their entire jungle hordes is taken over. It is a rough one. Although they will see Friends moving forward here. So if they wanted to, you know, they see that there's 3 of them. Everybody else is missing. They don't want to go for it. Yeah, they're just going to be able to catch the Weaver. So Sakuchi's out of there, and well, the best thing you could say is Horde is not dying.
Yeah, let's go with that. Horde is not dying. That's their upside right now. At a stage of the game where they kind of want to be using like the fact Underlords. As a support, I don't really understand when the hero is strong. You normally have a mech at this time as an offlaner, and that's kind of what you thrive on with a hero. They want to be using Batrider's Lasso. They want to be ideally letting this Weaver, who went fairly combat orientated with his items, at least some kind of fight. They just can't. And you can see their network is struggling so much because of it. Sure, Pablo's doing okay as Underlord because he's been Iron Taloning, but the rest of his team is just so much further down in comparison to their counterpart.
Oh, Glimpse back again. They have been able to catch on to No Fear. Pit of Malice is down as well, but the Static Storm, it's actually not caught that many. Pablo's the only one in it. Yoku trying to take him down. He is a tanky target and is actually going to take up a lot of the time, but it doesn't matter. They've already killed off the Underlord. I think that this actually ends up working out really well for Horde. The fact that Yoku focused on that backline and didn't take out the other squishy supports was pretty good for Horde.
Yeah, there was also like a bit of misplay from the Static Storm getting cog pushed, etc. So definitely favourable for Horde. But I don't think Friends will mind too much because that Storm's having a really good game and he's gonna go for 40 Bloodstone charges now. And like, this is the hero of the game. If this goes well, and he continues racking up the ability to snowball, game's looking extremely easy for them, even if they do lose their Timber maybe once or twice.
Well, we have ourselves Excalibur that's getting closer to the level where he's going to be able to have that Lincoln Sphere online, and that might start to stop some of the issues, but it's still a really tough ask at this point.
Yeah, he needs like the next item after the Lincoln to be able to impact this game. Like, Lincoln's is just the enabling item. It stops you getting vortexed and glimpsed, etc., but it doesn't allow you to do much with that in this situation. And 5,000 gold for an E-Blade, if that's what you want, is a lot of money in this game. A lot of time. So if Friends are really on top of their stuff, I don't think they're going to give you that time.
Well, there go the towers. They're going to head on back down, and it does look like, for the moment at least, the Dark Rift is going to come in. It looks like they do want to fight this. The relocate out is going to be okay. And it looks like Afterlife is going to be the one that goes down for this. Hooking out. All right, nice plays. Able to make his escape.
You don't normally count Clockwork as like an illusion.
Oh my god, Victim got out too.
He still got hooked up. Did he TP?
He TP'd on the relocate away. Or on the tether.
Oh, what a baller.
Tether TP.
Yeah, that's if they weren't already feeling good about this game, they just like lost a shit ton of morale that they can't even kill a West with relocating in to like 4 heroes.
No.
Their game's really, really hard right now. Excalibur's doing a good job of like keeping up on the net worth, and that's their silver line.
Doesn't really feel like there's that many great answers at this point for Horde. I mean, Yoku is free to do whatever the hell he wants, and they are going to be chasing Ake down a little bit here. No Fear scouting out the movements, and they're
Huge.
if they could get a really good static storm off. I mean, at the end of the day, though, the rest of the team is not with them, so.
With them, so
Hook. Okay, static storm onto Ake. This is a lot of heroes in the area, though. The rest of Friends could show up as well if they wanted to. There's the jump forward, pulling in onto the Underlord. They haven't used the Shrine as of yet. Not going to be able to. No Fear still getting chased down in the meantime by the Weaver. Will eventually go down. The relocate could not save him in time. So they lose one, but, I mean, they get two really big kills there.
Yeah, and Storm got another charge, so they will take that trade. IO even has a Glimmer now, so most of Horde's damage output on like a single target is going to get mitigated by that. It's also going to mean like either the Weaver or the Batrider has to start carrying dust, which is extremely annoying for them.
Top tower is under attack.
They do find Clock here though, so doubt you can harm them play through that.
It's a little sub.
They're losing a tier 2 in exchange for that, which again is good for Friends.
Yeah, totally. I mean, that's the thing, is at the end of the day, you're losing these heroes that, I mean, Clockwork doesn't care that much if he ends up going down. What do you think about the Midas Helmet the Dominator build by the Clockwork?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I like the Midas because he got such a good start and it lets him stay relevant.
And Armlet.
It's just, it's so valuable as an item. I think it's probably the most valuable item you can get if you ever want to fight with your team. And then the Armlet's just, it gives him more play potential. Because he's extremely relevant as a one hero this game.
I mean, he's also, he's going Maelstrom, or Mjolnir next, apparently. That's what he has queued up here. I don't know if that's what he's going to eventually go for, but in the meantime, Weaver is going to go down, and God, it just feels like it happens so quickly. And it's only 3 heroes at this point, but they're going to be taking a good bit of damage on this tier 3 tower. Yoku, still caught in place. You won't be able to chase him down at all.
And that's like 10 seconds where they're by their tier 3 and they literally don't get punished. You know, there was even Lasso available, but they knew that there's no Blender to go. It's too hard for them.
Well,
Looks
like that's going to be a quick back out, and at this point, I mean, Friends can do whatever the heck they want. There's not a whole lot to stop them. But I guess at this point, you start to buckle down, pressure out all the lanes, and take the tier 2 towers. Is that pretty much the name of the game?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Add a gem to that list, and I think you're right. Right now, like, they are strong in fight for sure, because they just have this overwhelming net worth lead.
They really want this Weaver. They are ready to go. They get the silence off, but not going to be able to keep up with him. So, well, there's the glimpse back. Never mind. He does actually end up getting caught in the cogs, the kinetic field, and every other dang thing. That is going to be the kill on the position 1 Weaver, and from bad to worse.
I mean, they got the IO bottom, but Friends were just making space, and again, like, they're trading these inconsequential heroes for
this could be a turnaround, though. You know, if the rest of the heroes here, they don't have Static Storm at this point. If they could kill off Aloha Dance, be really big. There's going to be the jump forward by Yoku. Nice force step away. Excalibur not going to get brought down. They do find the kill, though. The rotation in from the Clockwork with that hook shot was enough to find it, and God, it looked like it maybe could have been good, but with no Weaver, there's no damage.
Even with Weaver, there's very limited amount, so like it's just hard for him to stay in the fights now because he has Deathlock Dragonlance at a very slow timing, but he at least still has it. You're playing into Timber and Disruptor. You need BKB if you want to like sit and right click. and he kind of needs to sit and right click to be able to do damage, you know.
True enough.
I'm not saying he should have a BKB, but I'm just saying like his ability to use those items is extremely limited.
If he wants to win the game, they need to have more than they have on him currently. And
yeah, they need to make some big plays. So this Batrider has to.
oh God, no! That's not what you wanted to see happen. Oh, that really hurts. Well, and now they're back in for Roche. No buyback on the Batrider, and yeah, this is a bit of an exercise in futility. Oh my God, Storm Spirit is never stopping. Pablo jump back in, they relocate forward, and Afterlife trying to right-click people with his armlet clockwork build. Ake, still there, is going to get jumped upon, silenced up as well, and throwing the kitchen sink at him, why don't they?
Yeah, this game's just like hard.
Like that.
I would say over, but there is still chance to 3-2, I suppose.
It would be very difficult, though, is what you're telling me here. Okay.
Yes. I genuinely think they could like die 5 heroes 2 times and they would still be in control of this game.
Yeah.
Just because of like the lineup's not meant to be able to push your racks in 25 minutes.
Oh, well, there's one. They've got Afterlife, and that's going to be a kill. It's a nice little chunk of gold for them, picked up, and well, Excalibur was the one that got the kill. Looking for a bit more. The Weaver chasing forward. Could get onto Bignum if he wants. Oh, good tether away. Realizing what he needs to do. Up on the high ground. They take down another. That's a dead Batrider. Excalibur trying desperately to get any type of kill at all. Yoku is low, and they will be able to get the Disruptor. Meanwhile, the Timbersaw is up front and center. The Chain Frost bouncing. Is it going to do enough, though? Aloha Dance brought low and eventually killed off. With Bignum back in the fray, Yoku wants to take on the whole damn world, but he might have bit off more than he can chew. The Dark Grip trying to get the rest of his team out is going to die, and well, it looks like Yoku is going to at least lose the Aegis, but with no control, I mean, how do they do anything else? They're going to jump forward. Excalibur isn't going to be able to walk away from this one, I don't believe. I mean, he's got a lot of HP, but BQMZ, this isn't looking good. All right, Fountain. A little shrine in the
24 charges.
Are under attack.
Yeah.
24 charges. 50 mana regen.
Here I am.
Well, I talked about it at the start. Yoku has been on a roll. He's 10-0-7 in this game. And I don't know what it is, but this guy's really stepped up his game the past couple months, I feel like.
Where's the party?
He was always like a really good player, but I think... How long ago was it that he stopped playing offlane? Like a year and a half?
I don't know if it was that long ago. I think that it was... I remember the switch pretty clearly, but I can't place it exactly.
It takes you like a while to really understand, because he was an offlaner for years and he was a really good one, and then he decided no, offlane's boring, I want to be more important in my games, and he's finally learned that or like the team's just finding a good stride. I think their first 3 picks were like kind of exploitable this game, but they're just playing way better. Like, you could have any drafts in this situation, I think, and they're like reading the game better. They understand it, and their ability to like change up their draft and like do these effectively 3 solo lanes kind of like won them the game with how they're playing it. And now it's just a matter of cleaning it up and executing. They whip on that smoke gang, but it's still like the lane that they need to pressure, so they can start pushing that out. They can use their right-clicking clockwork to push the lanes.
Yeah. Well, and it feels to me, again, like Horde in its inception was really a team, as we see Ake just going to die again, that was put together. I mean, I don't know the backstory behind it, but it was put together for WESG Europe when those qualifiers were going on, and it felt like it was just sort of, yeah, it's for fun, you know, we want to have a good time. And then they saw a lot of success. They were able to beat out Alliance, and then they sort of stuck with it. And so it's sort of, it feels like a different mentality versus Friends, who are a team that's been trying, you know, with all of the players on it to really, you know, break into that tippity top tier 1 team status, and feels like they're more hungry. Oh god, and now Pablo, just everything thrown at him again, and he ends up going down. You do have the Battle Rider that's in the area, but he's going to drop also. And with this last tier 3 probably going to fall, I don't know, it's feeling desperate for Horde at this point.
Dire's bottom tower
Yeah, they
is
don't
falling.
really have a play.
Dire's bottom barracks is falling.
Even in my most
Dire's bottom
optimistic
barracks.
mind, I can't see any option.
I appreciate that you're trying to be optimistic, though. It's tough to do.
You know I'm not. Like,
Dire's
when you
middle
understand
barracks is
Dota and you
falling.
see what's happening, like, it's hard to
Dire's
say,
top
like,
tower is under
well,
attack.
yeah, Friends are blatantly just gonna fuck up at one point and then put back into the game. Like, you don't
Dire's top
expect
Yeah.
tower is falling.
Now the jump forward,
They're trying
Big
now.
them?
Look how hard it is.
low, Excalibur also taking the damage. Gork is there as well. The Chain Frost is bouncing, but I mean, they can let it bounce around all day and game long. It's going to keep going, but it's never going to kill anybody. Afterlife has his Maelstrom online as well as his Armlet. Armlet toggling Cockblurk. And looks like Yoku might finally go down. That's the Bloodstone Suicide for that one. So they overextend, but it was after the last melee Rex is down, and now they should be able to finish it off here.
Slowly but surely, the right click fuck does its job.
The Radiant now have Mega.
Not often you get to say that.
Fun build, actually.
Do you think that it has
Makes
any
sense.
viability, like, in other competitive games that aren't just this silly?
It wasn't like because it was silly this game, it was more of like
Radiant victory.
Midas, continue to scale, Helm, really valuable item, gives you the ability to have like more impact in teamfights than you normally would at that stage of the game. Then Armlet's just like, it's not the best Armlet game because there's Underlord to toggle through and there's also Batrider dots, but Armlet's just like an extremely strong item. And then, well, I don't need an Axe because my team's initiating for me, so get a Maelstrom to push the lanes and be more relevant with my right clicks. Like, the theory behind it was solid, it's just... He could have built anything in this game, let's be realistic. He could have built a Rapier if he really wanted to, and as long as he didn't die with it, it would have worked. So, that's how big the gap this game was. Like, Horde needed to win their lanes, Friends completely denied that by picking Timbersaw, Clockwork, and Storm, and putting the IO with the Storm, and then they just like executed their game plan and played way better.
All right.
I feel bad for them.
Well,
They couldn't do
we'll
anything.
see if they can bring it back in game number 2. There's certainly a lot on the line this qualifier spot. Both teams would love to be able to make it there. I hope that you guys enjoyed the broadcast. Sorry again for the technical difficulties. We'll try and sort that out in between the next game. Occasionally, little munchkins hop up inside computers, and then they just wreak havoc. And we'll see if we can shoot them in the face and solve all those problems. Again, Lyrical Dota as well as PQMZ. You can be sure to follow us on Twitter, but more importantly, be sure to keep on following StarLadder StarSeries Season 3. The European qualifiers are going to continue on in just a few minutes. See you guys then.
E-gaming bets, online betting for everyone.